Welcome back everyone to EU4 with the Great Culture Wars, and the Rakoczi family, or however that is pronounced, that has ruled over Hungary and Silesia, has now officially combined these two nations. The Silesian branch being the leaders. They full annexed Hungary, and they just threw a little bit of a bone to their little buddies in Serbia. So Bekas has been taken by Serbia, the rest completely annexed by the Silesians. So yeah, there we go, Hungarians are wiped out. Also, we saw the Pomeranians being annexed by the Danish. They have been their vassal before, but now they were officially annexed, and the Danes got themselves a new vassal right afterwards, or actually even before that. The Swedes are now a vassal of the Danish. This was a diplomatic vassalization, by the way. They did not declare war for it. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen. Are they just going to be annexed, or will the Danes try and reclaim all of the Swedish cores? I mean, that could obviously strengthen their own position quite a bit, and it would, make it easier for them to take over these lands. Then again, I'm not sure if the AI really, does the whole vassal feeding thing, so we shall see what happens with this. But yeah, other than that, we have a few smaller wars going on right now. We've got the Highlander-Norwegian imperialist war. The Wallonians are in this, and so are the Flemish, so perhaps we'll see, some swap of provinces there, but for the most part, it's just going to be, at least this province, going over to the Highlanders. Not sure what's going to happen with this one. It might actually go to the Finnish. In fact, that's very possible. The Estonians have a claim here. But yeah, so it could be the Finnish take this province, the Highlanders this, and with that, the Norwegians would be out of the game. At least I think so. Now, the other thing that's going on is the big war that we currently have. There's actually, well, two wars, but only one that's really big, and that's the Catalan-Sardinian imperialist war. So the Catalans brought in the reformed buddies, as well as their allies in Portugal, Tunis, and Malta. Yes, the Maltese are still around. They have their starting capital, but nothing else. But they have survived so far, so, you gotta give them that. So, yeah, they have called in all these friends, and they have declared a war on the Sardinians, who have New Sardinia in North America. Now, the Sardinians are being supported by the, second greatest nation in the world, the Occitans and their buddies, as well as the Tuscans, and also they have the Danish and their friends on their side. So Europe is basically one. The Sardinians hold their capital, the Maltese are useless, and the Occitans and Danish forces together have almost completely besieged Burgundy. As for the African side, we have, the Tunisians winning against the Occitans here, besieging Occitan Maghreb, as well as the Tuscan Cyrenaica, and we have the Portuguese also going hard after the Tuscan provinces here in Southeast Africa. As for North America, last time I checked, this was kind of a stalemate, because the New Dutch and New Sardinian colonial nations are really putting up a fight, and I suppose there are also some other troops being shipped over. No, it looks like it's just these two colonial nations for the most part fighting against the Catalans, and the Catalans are really, they're having a hard time winning. In fact, that they're not winning really. So we'll see what comes out of this. But it looks like they're winning. We'll see how things turn out. I feel like someone has dropped out. The Danish dropped out of the war. Okay, that's interesting. So we'll see what happens. Now, this actually weakens this alliance bloc significantly, because, the New Dutch are no longer fighting for that side. So we shall see what happens. Other than that, we have another war the Crimeans declared. This time, they're fighting not the Ryazanians and the Albanians, but the Sami and Albanians. But they call them the same people as before. The Syrians, Turks, and Muscovites are in on this, so we shall see what happens. I suppose the Muscovites will get some of their claims. No, that was the wrong one. They will get some of their claims that they have up here. Hopefully this province. Like, this is what I really hope. The rest is not too important, but that would be nice for them as well. As I said, if they just take, 3 provinces in a straight line here, they can go ahead and colonize. That would really help them out so much, because they don't only have to rely on conquests, which they're doing fine, but, the extra development from colonies could help them significantly. But yeah, so other than that, the Sami are now being taken over, and the Albanians holding out with their mountains here, but eventually they're just going to get conquered as well. So yeah, that's what's been happening. Did I forget anything? No, that was that, and we'll probably see a peace deal here very soon. Let me see, are the Wallonians conquered? They are. So I wonder if the Flemish are going to get anything. They have a claim here on Loon, so that might happen. And then, as I said, this could go to the Finnish at the end of the war. But I guess we'll wait for this one more province to fall. I don't know. Silly AI doesn't really want to peace out, even though they're at 99%. But that's okay. You know what? That's fine. I don't mind. So yeah, that's what's been going on, and this is just Valonians fighting the Flemish there. That's fine. This is the war that we already know about. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is what's going on, and I'm now just waiting for a peace deal. As for the Enlightenment institution, that is spreading so quickly all around the world. That's really no problem. That's not going to slow down anyone. In fact, you know what? I do want to check if it's spreading in the Catalans as well. It does not. So the Catalans really struggled with getting the manufactories. They still don't have the manufactories, in fact, and they also struggle with getting the Enlightenment. They don't have any universities, so that's something that could hurt the Catalans quite a lot, actually, because they do have a lot of development. You know, they were like the second or third strongest nation in terms of development, but obviously their technology is, you know, slumbering behind or lagging behind, I guess. So that could eventually make them fall, but only if they happen to be at war with like the Louisiana and Norman Canada, because those are the only two nations I would think that they could kind of hurt the Catalans in a military fashion, because everyone else the Catalans have basically under control, especially if they now combine whatever holdings they have up here with the new Sardinian territory. If they link up their lands here, you know, that's just going to be even better for them. But yeah, let's see if we have got a peace deal. We do, and we have a new war. We have got the Bulgarians and Serbians going after the Romanians and Ruthenians. That's an interesting alliance right there. Romanians, obviously, they have only this. This is all they have got left after their exile. And the Ruthenians, they have just been kind of the dog of the Muscovites here. So that's why they're around, really. So I'm not sure if it's really smart for them to join in on this. So who again declared this war? The Bulgarians. Ah, the Bulgarians. Do they even share a border? They apparently... Yeah, they share a border because they have this one province. So they could potentially take over all of the Romanian lands. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, we did see a peace deal in the east. So let's quickly check that out. In fact, wait, we didn't. Hold on. Now that's, what's his... Oh, it's the Norwegian war that's over. Okay, so let's check that out. Norway is still around. They're a vassal of the Highlanders now. Interesting. So they vassalized them, didn't give up anything, and as I expected, not only Lune, but also Brabant changed hands and is now a Flemish province. So yeah, the Wallonians split in half. Very nicely cut, 3 provinces on either side. So yeah, they're also done for. I don't think the Walloons are going to make it until the end of the game. We shall see, but yeah, they're pretty much done for. They don't have any great allies, which is really sad to see. Remember, the Wallonians, they used to have a personal union over the Saxons when they were about this strong, and the Wallonians were, you know, much stronger themselves. They beat back the Flemish at first, so they were really actually doing fine for a long time, but then they just kind of messed up. One thing I also want to just quickly mention here, major props to the Scots, being #1 of course, but here's the thing, they've got the English under their belt in a personal union. They also have the Galicians, and with that they take the, I guess, only minorly important thing, but they have Gibraltar under their control, which I think is just cool. And obviously they take huge possessions in India, Southeast Asia, and you know, China, for that matter. So many provinces. They really have a huge empire. And then they're allied to the only nation that could basically touch their heartlands, the Irish. So they're really doing very well for themselves. And I think if they keep their personal unions, they're just going to win. There's nothing that's going to happen to them. But yeah, as I saw, the Muscovites did gain this province up there, and they gained another core, so their provinces or their borders look even better now. I wonder what the Crimeans took. They took one province, and I think they once again focused more on Albania. So they took 5 provinces from the Albanians and only 1 from their primary target, the Sami, which, you know, I guess is fine. I wonder, did the Syrians take stuff as well? That's going to be hard to tell. They did not. So the Turks and Syrians didn't get anything out of this, but they joined nonetheless. And the Serbs are now being attacked. Now, if the Serbs are being pushed out of this war early, it might lead to them having to give up provinces to either the Croatians or the Hungarians. So you might see Hungary back on the map. That's possible. Also, a lot of people dropped out of the Catalan-Sardinian Imperialist War. Basically, all of Sardinia's allies. I mean, they still hold Sassari, and I don't think they're ever going to lose it. The question is, well, will they get a white peace here? So it looks like the Occitans didn't lose anything. Perhaps they lost lands to the Portuguese? No, they did not, but wow. The Tuscans have some real problems with peasants, nobles, and even particularists, so yeah. I mean, I suppose there are no separatist rebels here, so it doesn't really matter if their country is broken. It doesn't matter to the Occitans, I guess. So if the Tuscans don't lose any development, the Occitans are fine. It doesn't matter to them. So, you know, whatever. The rebels don't matter. We actually did have some revolutionary rebels in Piedmont, but they were quickly and soundly defeated. So, you know, nothing came of that either. But I think we're going to see some more. This was just the first wave of, you know, revolutionary rebels. I think we will certainly see a lot more as time goes on. Also, still, I'm waiting for this big succession war here in France. I mean, we have, for I don't know how many years, we had the same dynasty in Burgundy, Normandy, and Gascony. And now even Sardinia for a little bit, you know, shorter time period. So there has to happen. Something has to happen there. If not, if nothing happens here until the end of the game, I'm actually going to be sort of disappointed by this, because it just should. It just should happen. This is just such a nice setup for a great succession war and for one nation to unite France, but it hasn't happened yet. I really want that. I really want that. I might have to console command. No, I will not do that. But it would be fun. I'm tempted. Anyways, the Sami have peaced out. Right. So the Sami peaced out. I see. But the war... Wait. So the Sami peaced out. Oh, this is it. Okay, I was just... Yeah, this was not... This is... I kind of thought this is Albania's flag. They look very similar. But it's not entirely the same. Okay. So the Bulgarians... But someone did peace out. The Serbs... Right, the Serbs peaced out. So I wonder... Did they have to give up any... No, they did not have to give up any provinces. No, they still have their provinces. They might have to give up some alliances. Okay, neither that. So, you know, I don't know what happened. Maybe just some money. Doesn't matter. The Romanians are being besieged. But you know what? With that mountain fortress capital, I think you're pretty safe. And you also have more troops than the Bulgarians here. So, and yeah, you know what? You got your capital besieged. Not looking too good, buddy. Not looking too good. Negative 73. Now, here's the thing. What are you going to lose? You're going to lose Trebizond. At the very at the most. Because no one... I mean, at least not the Romanians. They cannot reach the rest of your provinces. Because they're landlocked. Literally. They're landlocked between the Albanians and the Syrians. So, you're not going to lose anything but Trebizond. But Trebizond, you will probably lose. Alright, so that's that. And then the Franconian-Burgundian Imperialist War. Now that's interesting. They're bringing in Silesians, the Romanians, and the Flemish. And the Burgundians only have the Catalans on their side. So the Piedmontese betrayed them, I suppose. Oof, okay. Well, that's not good. That's certainly not good for you, especially because we just saw them being occupied by the Occitan and Danish before, and basically their entire army has been smashed. Yeah, look at that. 50,000 men there, another 50,000, well, even more than that up here. Yeah, it's not looking good. Alright, so Burgundy, you are going to lose. You're going to lose. I think I made that joke before. It's terrible. But anyway, so there's no way you're going to get your cores back. In fact, Franconia will own a lot more of your cores in the future, because there's no way you can win this. So this is basically just a land grab for the Franconians. No other nation is bordering them. I mean, I suppose cores could be given back or something like that. But for the most part, it's going to be Franconia just taking these lands. They have one claim. You know, they're going to take more than just that. Pretty sure. The problem I have with this is that the brown of the Normans and the brown of the Franconians will touch, and that is ugly. I thought that, you know, one of these two nations would go down, but apparently that did not happen. So we'll have ugly borders in the sense that we'll have the same color bordering each other. But, you know, what can I do? I certainly cannot do much. Alright, so the Burgundians... Okay, never mind. The Burgundians do have 60,000 men still. So they have an army. But it's nothing compared to what their enemies can muster. Yeah, 88,000 men in the capital. It's about... Well, it's a pretty powerful fortress, to be fair. I'm actually really pumped about the new update, the Hungary patch. That... well, actually, it's not the Hungary patch. It's already been introduced with the Ming patch, in fact, where you can use your cannons to assault fortifications and you know, make a breach, and then you can attack. That makes sieging these level 8 fortresses much easier. Now we have... Wait, you had a wall's breach and you move away? Why? Alright, I will never understand. Maybe because they wanted to join this battle. I suppose that was the reasoning behind it. But it is stupid, I must admit. Because now they're at negative 100%. Like, seriously? Okay, so this war could potentially drag on for a little bit longer. Yeah. The Bulgarians are at negative 80, so I suppose Trebizond has been taken? Or maybe they're still facing off... Nope, it's... They're actually beating back the Romanian army. That is surprising. Wait, where... That is strange. They had like... Oh, I see. Ah, there it is. So, yeah, they have like their main host walking around somewhere else. So that is why the Bulgarians were able to successfully defend here. But yeah, if they had taken... If they had attacked with their entire stack, even if it's mountains, they probably would have won. So yeah, this war, regardless, this war is going to come to an end very soon. But that's probably something that we'll see in the next episode. I think for now, I will probably just end this, because this is not too interesting. It's a sieging. I mean, yeah, the Burgundians are trying to snatch away some armies here and there, but for the most part, it's a futile effort on their part. So I think I will just cut away, and I'll come back next time, and then we will see a conclusion to this piece, but hopefully we'll see some bigger wars that maybe involve the Muscovites again or the Leonese. We shall see. Anyways, that was it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.